It's just the first half was the key. I mean, we just dug ourselves such a hole. The way that they got threes, whether it was out of their offense, 50-50 balls that led to a three, or offensive rebounding that led to a timely three. I think they made 15 in the first half, 15, and they got 30 attempts. That was the other part. But 33 and 38 points, first and second quarter. Second half wasn't that bad at all. We just dug ourselves such a hole. And then offensively, we just couldn't make many shots tonight for whatever reason. I mean, if you look at when you shoot 38%, but you only get 6 offensive rebounds, that's usually not us. The other day, we had like 21 offensive rebounds. And tonight, we just couldn't come up with it. They went and got the ball tonight. It felt like they were flying around with the sense of urgency. And I thought we had it in the second half a lot better. But we have to start games a lot better than we did today. It's a which one? On the which call are you talking about? But the only part that bothered me is I wanted to challenge the kick. So before I could even challenge the kick, the official, Billy, said there was no kick. So I didn't want to waste the challenge when he was already ruling on it, because DA felt like he got kicked. I still struggle with all the challenges because I don't think there's an ironclad ruling on what's being called and what you can and can't challenge. I'm thinking there was a kick. They're looking at a flagrant situation, and it's really confusing. And what I wanted to do was challenge the kick, but once he ruled on the flagrant, and we're saying, well, we want to challenge the kick. He's like, there is no kick, so I didn't want to waste the challenge. And that was the struggle we had with, making that call. That's all and I really feel like it's putting defenders in a tough spot. I know it's from the Kawhi Leonard situation, but I'm not quite sure if, we look at the way that people shoot the ball now. So if you kick your leg and they say that's an unnatural shooting motion, I think defensively, like, everybody should have a natural right to contest shots. And the intention isn't to hurt somebody and get a flagrant foul. I just wish it was a common foul, because everybody's not trying to contest and hurt somebody. So there was a bit of gray area in that segment. But that wasn't the reason why it wasn't even close to the reason why we lost the game. We gave them way too many 3-point attempts, and they got way too many offensive rebounds or 50-50 balls that just put us in mud.
And speaking of that, you got down to 13 when that offensive rebound hit a 3, and that started.
Well, it was 13, and then I think we got a dead ball foul. And then we get a stop, and we give up offensive rebound, kick out for a 3. And so I think that ended up being like a 4-point play. Went to 17. Then we didn't execute an ATO, and then they come back down and score. So we went right back to 19 or 20 quickly. You have tough nights like this. I expected a little bit of, us being off rhythm, adding 3 guys back into the rotation who haven't played for a bit. But, you have these tough nights. We got to regroup, look at the film, and just, get back to that urgency to start the game. Yeah. Well, it's for us, it's about the urgency and physicality from the jump. We've been in these games. I thought Boston last week was one of those games where we didn't have the physicality. The next game against Charlotte, we dialed it in. It typically starts with that, and just that urgency to go make a play or stay ahead of the offense. I thought we were a bit behind tonight with their cuts. I mean, when teams are slipping to the basket for layups, it's usually a sign that we're a step behind. And outside of that is, when you're missing that many shots, you're putting teams in transition. And that's another way that, you get yourself in mud a little bit defensively.
From an execution standpoint, it looked like you got like the blitzes that you wanted for the most part.
Yeah.
That step behind you saw for the most part, the body's not getting in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times they were cutting to the basket and they were cutting the space. And early in the game, our low man wasn't there because we were worried about the 3-point shooter in the corner. In the second half, I thought we did a much better job. Chris was down there a few times. Jay was there. In the first half, it was just too easy. It felt like they were in practice, just kind of running their offense. We did a much better job in the second half.
What do you feel your team in the locker room just how to move past a loss like this, or do you depend on the leaders to step up?
Oh, we've won 30 games. We've proven that we know how to win games. You're going to have nights like this. You don't overreact, but you don't sweep the things that you need to teach and look at under the rug either. I mean, that's what we've done since I've been here. We've been able to regroup and bounce back.
One of the ask about Jalen comes 3 minutes before.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying to.
It's just a different deal for him. There was a lot of situations that I felt like put us out of rhythm tonight. Having him at the 4 wasn't terrible. We just couldn't make shots. Defensively, I thought Jalen was sound tonight. He's one of our guys that had decent energy. When you're missing that many shots and playing in transition, it's really hard to get a defensive rhythm. It wasn't because he was at the 4. I think it's a work in progress for sure, because he's been much better at the 5. And we did that in the second half, and that's actually helped us, get some stops. We started switching 1 through 5. We went to zone a few times and threw their rhythm off. So we'll see how it works as we go forward.
Monty, when you look at the number of turnovers, like 16 a bit high, but not that bad. But was it one of those metrics, live ball?
Well, there's shot making and, timely turnovers. I think, that their shot making, some of our turnovers, but then the missed shots and that led to their transition. That's a deadly combination that puts you in a bit of a deficit. Yep, thank you.